me, Savile Row has got its turning point. You haven't been in the UK for very long.
Savile Row. Well, for me, for myself, it was intimidating. Also, I always grew up watching it, seeing videos of all the, I guess, well-known tailoring shops, and I had that feeling. I had that feeling where it was, I was stepping into the street where all my heroes were, where all the wonderful tailors, where all the hand making was, where all the beautiful buttonholes were, and I found it intimidating. Eventually found a home here at Canada Dandy. I guess the reason why I was able to is because they were just, they get very fresh, ready for new ideas, and always ready and willing to try new things. Once our client has chosen the cloth, there's the thickness of it, there's the quality of it, the weight of it. The weight of it is 12 ounces. It's very sturdy. Well, I always notice it by feel, just because I've always went to it by feel. So I noticed that it's a little bit more sturdy in the hands. It's not quick to wrinkle. Has excellent bounce back. At the end of the day, when you hang up your suit, the wrinkles hang out. It's all personal preference. We just walk over to the swatches. He picks out something that he really likes. He enjoys certain cloths. Someone who comes in and says, I really want a nice suit. I want something plain cloth. I want it in a blue, but I want it in a light blue. And then we ask, how light do you want to go? You can't really go very light, because then people are going to notice every time you wear that suit if you don't have a lot of suits in your wardrobe, right? So that's very noticeable. So first you have to start off with a nice base. We do his measurements. We take his measurements, and then once we have taken them, we start to apply them to the paper. And when we apply them to the paper pattern of the individual looks a lot like this. How long does it take? It takes as long as the individual wants to take. If somebody puts all their effort into it, works day and night, they can pick a lot of things up in a lot more time than others want to. I think, or I felt, or I've experienced that there's this stigma where they say, it takes about 5 years to learn so and so. It takes about 5 more years to learn the jacket, a couple years to learn the trousers and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it all depends on how bad the individual wants to do it. So,
Brilliant.
This is the jacket.
Right.
This is the jacket. I think for those who are watching, they can see a few alterations on these where we've had to correct it a little bit. For those who don't know, then this is just the way the pattern looks. This is the crack line, the lapel. We do any type of alterations onto this pattern. So if the person has a certain detail that they have on their body, maybe they have one shoulder lower than the other, which most people do, then we do the corrections here. If they have maybe a prominent chest, or they have the sloped shoulders or forward points, then we do the corrections onto this pattern. We take this pattern, not the corrections. This is the individual's pattern. To make this, well, the measurements is very quick. Maybe it might take who knows, maybe 15-20 minutes to do some measurements, and depending on, I guess, the master or the cutter, it could take maybe 20 minutes to make a jacket pattern. Obviously, some individuals will take longer than others, just from skill level and confidence and all that, or whatnot. This is all really, a tailor shop time or private time for us. We made the person's body type onto this paper pattern, and then we take this pattern and we place it onto the cloth and we cut it. Now, once it's cut, let me just take this here.
You're right.
And this is where really the bespoke, the love and the key of bespoke all comes in. Is really more on the insides. Everybody has a different way of making their chest piece, but this is a chest piece that we make. And we make it out of canvas. We have the horsehair on the inside, the met on the outside. And what we do here is that this goes on the inside. We'll hand pad this with individual stitches. And what we start to do is we'll start to shape and mold the cloth. Where the training really starts, all the apprentices start off with doing the hand stitching and all that, right? So we can start off right here. Probably be an example. Everybody has really their own way of doing it, but you start off with stitches and you hand pad this, and this is what holds the chest together. And you can really start to, you know, mold it and give that fit, and all these individual stitches really gives the garments strength. And that's why our garments, or the bespoke garments, are made well and they last a long time.
This is where,
Well, this is bespoke. This is what separates Savile Row to everything else. This is what separates them from off the peg, from made to measure, and it's all the quality and the skill and the time that it takes. The pinstripe cloth. I guess, sure, we'll go with these ones here.